What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 79 of the XtraSlice, brought to you by the Cheesy Controller Podcast. I'm your host, Anton LaPlatte. Joining me, as always, we have the mayor of Stardew Valley and Eorzea, Chris Montalbano.
Due to technical difficulties, I forgot what the fuck I was going to say.
We got the most degenerate squid in the sea, Jalen Roberts.
Enjoying an ice-cold glass of titty mint.
And we got the Ray Trace Durag, Madrid Devon.
Wait, don't turn this podcast off. The fact that you found us means that you're energetically aligned with this dirt.
We got a jam-packed episode for you guys this week. We're going to be talking about Halo Infinite's technical preview. We're going to be talking about PS5 storage upgrades. We're going to be talking about Ariana Grande and her pig. And we're going to be talking about Yakuza. So Apex, Season 10, Emergence, just launched.
See what you did there.
Yeah? You see, because you were the seer. I'm mad I burned the episode title.
There's no such thing as coincidence.
On the last episode, because I feel like this episode we actually have both played Seer. Jalen, have you played him yet?
Yeah.
So
You sound unimpressed.
No, it's not that I'm unimpressed. He's not my style of character. Like, I think he's pretty good. Actually, I think he's really good, and he is going to be a pain in the ass to learn how to deal with the fact that he could stop healing, see through the walls, like.
Yeah, nah.
Heck,
Seer's definitely dummy strong.
Like, today with Q, it's like the fact that he was able to give me the information to see where they were through the different floors in the buildings on World Edge. Heck, I was running and ducking and diving through like 4 different floors, just racking up kills. It's ridiculous.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Nah, Seer has the ability to feed like your teammates like no other. Like we thought Bloodhound had it, and then Crypto came out. We thought Crypto had it, and fucking Seer has definitely got the vision.
right.
And like the fact that his tactical cancels, it acts like an EMP.
Yeah.
His tactical is essentially a drone's EMP.
Right. They're
That's
gonna have
nutty.
to buff Crypto or something because.
Well, no, see, it's one of those things where it comes to the applications of it. Like, because the thing about Sears is only in a straight line for such a distance.
Yeah.
But with Crypto, it's remote, so you could use Cryptos to set up a fight easier.
I feel like Sears just goes really far. Like if you're engaging any.
Really far, but
Sometimes it doesn't go far enough.
if you're paying attention and not healing when it goes off, you can dodge it pretty easily.
Yeah, I mean it is kind of a. It's something you can get out of easily too, and I don't feel like
I think it's
because Valkyrie's tactical also has slow on it, and it's kind of the same thing when you get hit with Sears. And I want to say Valkyries would also probably cancel, so I feel like it'd work the same way. Technically, it's just Valkyrie's more for offense, Seer is more for recon.
I wouldn't necessarily agree to that specifically, because it's like I feel like once they're not all necessarily trying to get their recon in the exact same way, like with Seer specifically, the thing that makes his scan so good is the fact that for 8 seconds you can see what they're doing and how much health they have.
Yeah, that's literally the most important part. You can see how much health they have.
Yeah,
That changes
really
everything.
right. You just see like a health bar. It's like, oh, they're cracked and they've taken a couple hits. Like, I'm just going to go over there and kill them before they have a chance.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I feel like even though World's Edge has had changes, like I know it well enough by this point that I could see Olympus being really interesting with Seer because of like how open, like you can see a lot farther at any given time on Olympus. Like if you even get like medium level high ground, you can see really far, or like on Olympus. So that'll be interesting. Of just his tactical being, or even his ultimate being used in that scenario. Because it's kind of, the ultimate's good thinking about like phase runner and arenas. Have either of you guys done ranked arenas yet?
I have
No.
played a game, a couple of games actually.
You did of ranked arena?
Yep.
How many placement matches is it overall? Do you know?
7.
7. Oof, man, I'm
Yeah,
so
I haven't touched it
intimidated. Yeah, I'm so intimidated by it.
I'm gonna say this right now. It's don't be, because I haven't seen that many levers in arenas in a good minute. Like every game, we had at least one lever.
And you guys were partied up, so it was just fine.
Yep. Yep.
All right, so I mean,
that's why I got to play with a full squad, like full squad, and then hopefully you curb stomp them for the first or second round, and they say fuck it. You got to break their spirits early,
right,
Always.
just
Always.
bring out all the toxicity. It'd be really cool if like arenas on like in-game chat would let you talk in between rounds, like as far as like to the other team.
Nah.
That's
We can't do that
Don't need
anymore.
Any more toxicity than they already have. Like, come on.
We can never do that again.
Like, you can't
No.
give people the
As a
ability to start
society.
throwing slurs like that. Come on.
As soon as somebody cuts, as soon as you hear that microphone cut in, you know you're about to get 2 hard ERs, one homophobic slur. You're gonna get. Oh man, come on.
Can't be doing that. You just can't be doing that.
No. Now, if you left us the ability to drop memes. If they could figure that out, then sure.
Just
I mean, heck, really what
A
they
text
just gotta
strand?
do is make sure they keep the quality of the emotes high. That's really where this is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
You
Agree.
gotta get them. Gotta have those
I feel like they've been
second
upping it with
life.
like the emotes and the
skins. They've just been on like a whole nother level
hollow
with
the
this.
hollow sprays.
Oh yeah, the hollow sprays have,
Yeah.
Those
and
just
the
go
load
hard.
screens. Did you guys get the artist series load screens?
Yes, I just haven't equipped them.
They're really cool,
That's
especially like the Valkyrie one, or the one that has like Valkyrie, Rampart, Mirage, and Pathfinder, and it's just like I like it. The picture has a texture to it that I really like, and like the use of color in it's really good. But yeah, I mean,
we didn't talk about the most important thing though.
the new guns. I was going to talk about like the balance of the season.
No, I was going to say how this season launched fucking smoothly.
Oh shit! Yeah, like that's the thing. When it's bad,
From what
you
I've
notice
seen,
it.
no problems.
Right.
From what I played, no problems. Like Twitter's like, yo, y'all fucking did it. Servers have been fine. I haven't run into any bugs, even though I was punching somebody last night and it didn't register. But we might have been punching each other and it canceled out. I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, I haven't, like, knock on wood, because I want to play a little bit after this. But
Oh, I'm injecting it.
Chris, I mean, you could come through. We could get some Apex going. It'll be fun. You can be seen by the seer, Chris.
Seen by the seer.
Yeah. By seer, I guess.
There's no such thing as coincidence, Chris. If you're listening to this podcast,
It was predestined.
it was preordained. But yeah, so what were you going to say about the balancing though?
So,
Because you played longer than I have.
oof. I really like the new gun. I can't think of the name.
Rampage?
The Rampage. It's too close to Rampart.
Rampage by Rampart. Rampage by Rampart. It's like a perfume.
But yeah, so it's the new gun. I don't think it was in Titanfall
spring.
whatsoever. It's an LMG. It shoots slower than any other LMG, but it hits harder, especially when you charge it with a thermite grenade. The way you can charge a Sentinel with a shield battery, right?
Yeah.
The Sentinel's the one you charge with the shield battery. I don't.
Well,
snipe
you
like
use
that.
shield cells now.
Or yeah, shield cells. But yeah, it just uses thermite grenades, and playing his fuse and having the ability to just store extra grenades for no fucking reason. And they like buffed his knuckle cluster. So not only
Right.
do I
I
have
feel like-
two, but they lasted way longer.
I feel like that's a cool way to kind of like passively buff characters. Like Fuse, like he's gonna see an uptick, and then Rampart is like, all right, if this LMG is hitting, like Rampart has an LMG perk. You know, like I think that shit like that's really cool, and like releasing a dude like Seer kind of nerfs those characters like Octane and Revenant anyway, who are starting to run amok.
I don't know. Octane's still running pretty amok.
No,
Octane and Wraith.
No, Octane's oppressive.
Yeah,
To this day.
Octane and Wraith is like all we were seeing in Battle Royale when we were
People
playing.
talk about how oppressive Octanes are lately, or is that just like our tier that has to deal with that?
It's also the fact that like all the sweaties play Octane and Wraith now. Like those are the sweaty characters.
I'm telling you, they're gonna have to touch Octane's hitbox.
With the delicate touch of a freight train.
Or give him that passive where you take more damage for having a little hitbox. Because does he already have a low profile?
I think they got rid of low
They
profile.
got rid of the low profile.
Yeah.
Oh, they
Well,
did.
it's really just the movement speed increase.
Well, fuck. Yeah, fuck Octane. All my
Yeah.
homies hate Octane.
Yeah, I have some really cool
He's
Octane
kinda fun to
skins.
play, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of fun to play though. He always has been. That's the thing. So I'm not too mad.
Yeah, I just wish I'd see more than that. Like, it's Valkyrie, Seer, Wraith, Octane is all that I see. You know, you'll see a Mirage here or there, a Pathfinder here or there. But, yeah, don't nobody want to fight no more. It's really been my thing this season, is all the games that we've gotten high rank in, it's like waiting it out and just running for the circle. Like, it'll be 4 squads remaining for like 2 whole rounds and nobody will shoot.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I don't either. I'd prefer be top 5 with action going on and like, you know, maybe I make it out of this champion.
Yo, that's
or
always
I
this
lose.
this shit when you walk into a spot and you're like, you know, you're top 12 and then you just fight for like the next 5-6 minutes
Right.
and then you get killed. You're like, wait, what? We're top 3, top 2? What the fuck? What? You just take off your headphones, head shaking.
That's
Come
something
on.
I always love about Apex is that those firefights will get so long and so many people will pour in. It's like you'll land full server. You get into what feels like one fight, all of a sudden 5 teams remaining. What the fuck?
What?
Did everybody funnel into this room and die? I feel like I've been fighting for 20 minutes.
Yeah, I love pulling up to a graveyard and it's like 12, 15 death boxes just right in one spot.
Yep. And then you're like, so either we kill the people
Not a
that made
single
all
logo
these.
on the team.
Right.
It's always like, fuck, I should have played Loba. The
But-
death box graveyard, much like the Keyblade graveyard, except this one makes sense.
The death box wars. I mean, the Keyblade graveyard made sense. It was where the Keyblade war took place.
No, I just meant the
people die.
whole universe.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, Apex's universe does make a lot more sense. I'm feeling really Kingdom Heartsy about Final Fantasy XIV. I'm like, because now that people are taking
You feel it?
bodies regularly, and it's like the
What is their
Ascians
obsession?
really.
Oh,
are-
taking bodies. Oh, okay, I get it.
yeah.
Now I was thinking
Like,
about
in the-
dragging the corpse out of the.
They do that
out
a
of
lot.
the.
Oh no, that only happens once.
At least the story of 14 makes some more sense than Kingdom Hearts does.
It's fine.
Where?
It's
It's just that it's a lot.
It's a lot. I could watch a 30-minute breakdown of 14 lore and then watch that 24-minute breakdown of Kingdom Hearts and be like, I kind of understand 14. I still don't know what the fuck Kingdom Hearts is about.
I understand what
It's
Kingdom
just,
Hearts is
it's
about.
just it's the JRPG trope of just being convoluted. It's like, all right, we have a simple story here. let's fucking fuck it
Yeah,
up.
true.
Let's go to another dimension and
Let's look at near
fuse
here,
souls
like,
with the guy that then fucking gets his body taken because you now have his soul and his body gets taken by the bad guys and is being used to make good guys, which might be bad guys.
JJK.
All of power to bring it back.
I don't know how I feel about this army of warriors of light. That's all I'm gonna say. It's a lot of warriors of light. At least
Fuck
they
'em. That's
respect
all
the
you gotta
fact that
say.
I'm the warrior of darkness, but it's I'm like, that's
Yeah,
a
they like
mob.
want your
Like,
advice, but like they're really not shit warriors, and you're like, you're level 5. I can
no,
kill you.
like I kind of felt for it because one of them was the marauder, and I was like, yeah, you go be on your adventure. I wish I had a warrior of darkness stand here and give me the pep talk that I just silently gave you.
Yeah. And you're just like, yeah, exactly. Have you done the mission where you go and see them like
Out in the
try to
world.
be warriors of light?
No, not yet. They just like left. Like I just
No.
saw them off, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we're about to go." And it's like whether it was like come good or bad. Like you'll face the best of times and the worst of times, but you always need to head into them head on. I'm like, that's some fucking good ass advice for like playing 14. Like it's gonna be good, it's gonna be bad. You just gotta go at it.
Yeah, fuck yeah, 14.
But the problem is they didn't start off just like giving people random slices of pizza to some random person or letters delivering and like doing
You don't know
little
that. You don't
Just
know
wait.
that.
This is kind of true though. We don't know.
They just started off with like, yeah, we're gonna kick some ass, and like, you don't start kicking ass.
Oh,
You go,
well, I
you go
guess,
fight a cactus.
or some rats,
I don't know. I was kicking ass until I switched to healer.
like a cloud of bees.
And then you were saving ass.
Yes, sir. Oh no, I wasn't even doing that. I suck.
Can't wait for Sage. Sage is gonna be the
Actually-
healer. I already like the playstyle.
Nah, Sage is
I could-
fine.
I might
main
fuck with
healer.
Sage.
That's just the way it is.
I mean, we can have multiple Sages because at the end of the day, I have a
We can all
maxed out
switch.
warrior. I need a healing class. We can all go Sage. Me and Juwan are both samurais at the end of the day. He's a better samurai,
It's
but
like, are you good at DPS?
yeah, you know, I'm passable. I know my
That's all
rotation. I know like a couple different samurai rotations. Like know how to,
Nice.
yeah.
Pretty
Know how to
fire
soften.
DPS.
DPS is fine. Really feel like you're putting in some work.
Tank feels like
Yeah,
you're.
right.
I'm sure all the classes feel like you're putting in work because I mean, at this point, tank and DPS because I've done a considerable amount of dancer and gunbreaker recently. I did a lot of samurai for Shadowbringers, and I did a lot of warrior up until Shadowbringers. And now in post game Shadowbringers, I'm back doing warrior shit.
Do you ever pop back in and do Palace of the Dead?
No, I never really did that at any point anyway.
Palace
I
of the
just
Dead
do
was
like
so
dailies
boring
with
by
people
yourself.
lower level than me.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, it gets
Yeah,
boring.
no, it's fun for like being with the squad, and you can practice your
Nobody's
jobs.
playing. Chris is like the
Palace
only
of the-
one with
yeah.
active game time, and he's not playing.
I'm not even.
I told you, I'm close. I am really close. Every day, I'm closer to playing 14.
All right, and when you get there, I will beam to where you're at and carry. There was
No,
a
that's
couple
cool. I don't-
times.
Y'all get level lock in Palace of the Dead, so
Well, yeah, Palace of the Dead. It wouldn't even be good for my alternate characters. Palace, I'd have to do Heaven on High, and at that point, I'd have to unlock Heaven on High. I'd rather
If
just
you're
do
under
dailies.
50,
Honestly,
no, if you're under 50, I think it's Palace of the Dead, and if you're over 50, it's Heaven on High.
Yeah. My
Yeah, but you
Gunbreaker
have
is
a-
like 63, and my Dancer is like
Doug, you're-
61.
you're in Bojan. Just do Bojan front. That's the new Heaven on High or whatever to level up your characters.
Okay. Well, wouldn't that start at 70 though?
I'm not 100% sure. I just know it brings you up to level whatever character you're using. It brings you up to level 80, and then you still get experience for it.
Okay.
So it's kind of cool, and
I'll check
way
it out.
more fun, and you get a lot more stuff as far as minions.
Yeah, it'd be awesome if
stuff.
you'd show up and show me these things, Chris.
You're not in that part of the post game.
What part do I have to be in, Chris?
5.45.
Okay, so I could be there tomorrow, is what you're saying. Gotcha.
Sure. Yes.
I can do like a patch and a half a day. And I'm like at the beginning of 5.3, so...
Oh.
yeah. I could legitimately get there
5.3 is fun.
extremely fast, but we haven't ran Mount Gold. We haven't done any of the near raids.
I know.
I mean, I've done these things. We just haven't done these things.
I'm aware. I got off at 8 p.m. today. I went in at 6:30 this morning.
It's fine, Chris. I understand. I also got to give you shit though, because you gave me shit for so long about not playing 14, and now that I'm playing the shit out of 14.
I feel you. I just really feel like with the amount of hours that I'm working, I'm trying to buy a PS5, Xbox Series X, and a goddamn 3080 all in one paycheck.
Do it.
And a lightsaber.
Do it.
And a lightsaber. Fuck it. Why not? Got to have something to protect all those things you just bought.
Right.
Very true.
Nothing's better than lacerating your foes in half.
And then turning on your PS5.
So speaking of PS5s, the PS5 beta firmware came out recently, so we're getting a few improvements to the PlayStation 5 system software. Like, we're getting back vertical trophy lists. Yay! Like, we're getting those back. PS4 and PS5 games will have like an icon on the UI to distinguish what version of the game they are. So,
that's neat.
yeah, I mean, it's just kind of one of those things. Like, I've seen the beta be used, and like the UI just kind of looks more cohesive, and like it's just like small touches here and there that like make it seem more complete, you know? Because up until now, like a lot of things, like the trophies. Oh my god, I'm so glad that none of you guys are going to have to deal with the trophies the way they are right now. Because I just bring up PSN profiles on another monitor when I'm doing trophy stuff. Because it is almost unusable on the PS5 as is. But it'll be fixed, like, probably within the next month for everybody.
Why is it's horizontal instead of vertical?
Yes. So the way you scroll through trophies is as cards. So it's like
because
you have like a deck of cards, and like you have to go through one by one, and it has the text at the bottom, and so you get like the first like 4 words, and then it's ... and you have to expand it. So it's just like it's.
I mean, I get it because you have to kind of go into your trophies list anyways and expand it if you want more information in PS4, right?
You get less. Yes, you can expand them on everything that has trophies, PS3, PS4, Vita, but you could look at a trophy just on the list on PS3, PS4, and Vita, and it just be there and what you have to do to get it, or what you did to get it. This, it's just extra work that you currently have to do to read even what you did to get a trophy you got. Because it'll give you it's like, earn the best, and it's like, what? And you have to expand it.
That makes no sense.
Yeah, it's not good. I just bring up PSN profiles because they do a vertical list the way it's been done all of PlayStation history, and they're about to fix it on PS5. So that's...
they fired the new guy that like created the card system for trophies, and they were like...
Well, no, cards are good in the sense of like party functionality. Like the party card especially is just really good at giving you that whole menu that you used to have to like go out to get. Like I can screen share, I can do everything you could do with the party in this one card, and then just hit the home button and go right back to the game.
Oh, that's fun.
It's like, think about how on the Xbox 360, when you like later on they had like the dashboard, but you could still bring up the blades.
Mm-hmm.
That's what like the party. That's what how some of the cards function.
Oh,
And
that's cool.
so, yeah, it's like a quick. Like you don't have a quick menu anymore. You just have this like one thing that just comes up at the bottom, and you go do whatever you got to do, and either go back to the game. There's a button on there to go to the home screen. Like, I think overall I don't think they're getting rid of cards. I'm just glad they're getting rid of card view for trophies. Just they're making it like what it was when it was better. But like the big feature that everybody's freaking out about, we talked about it in the pre-show with chat, is here we go again. You're going to be able to expand. They're unlocking the M.2 SSD slot in the PS5. It's been there since launch. Like it's part of the console is the slot. You can install a NVMe 4th generation M.2 drive in there, and the one caveat is it either needs to have a built-in heat sink, or you need to have a heat sink that'll fit within the specifications of like a certain dimension so it can fit in that slot in the PS5. So you can't get like some massive like water cooled, no, you just get like a straight up. It's about the size of like your standard like USB flash drive.
Okay.
Like circa 2010, I guess. That's probably like the era before they started getting like really small and like removing the metal, like just standard. And so with that, right now, prices are going crazy. First of all, these things are already expensive. Then they're selling out everywhere, and the market's just like super fucked up right now. But
yeah, it's the cost of your PlayStation to get 2 terabytes of more data.
Yeah,
That's fucking ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
It costs more than the $37
$500
price.
$500, and I have to sit there and install it.
So the installation doesn't bother me because I have a PC.
Yeah,
and that's
and the
like,
installation
that is what that
is-
is to me. Like whatever.
Yeah, but if I wanted a PC, I would have went out and got a PC. This is a
Yeah, I mean,
PlayStation.
but I've been upgrading hard drives in PlayStation since PS3, and this is on the same level as doing that with any other PlayStation system. Have you ever upgraded your internal storage on your PlayStations?
No,
Okay, so you won't have to do it with
my
the
storage
PS5.
isn't like one of the biggest issues with my console right now.
Right, and it probably
Well, it
won't be
doesn't
with your PS5 either, because games that get PS5 versions, the PS5 versions are taking up less space on the console than they did on the PS4, or even running the PS4 version backwards compatible on the PS5. So if you're not having a storage problem right now, and you only have 1 terabyte on your PS4,
I mean, I delete plenty of shit all the time.
right? I don't.
It's a storage problem. It is actually a storage problem. So I do delete a bunch of shit, like constantly, like game clips, like different games. Anytime I pop on and there's a new game downloaded on my console, I'm like, how? I don't have space for this.
Who's getting the boot today?
Right. I have to do that when I want to update, like let's say Apex.
Oh yeah, Apex right now. That's one of the reasons I
Constant
really
push and
want
pull,
a
and
next
I'm
gen.
sure my PS5 is going to be the same thing. But you know, at this point, I'm probably not going to get one for another year or two because I don't fucking care anymore.
The hatred, the like.
No, I don't like. I don't really see the point in it anymore. Like, there was a point where I did, but now I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to, you know, if I really want to enjoy it, I should go get like a 4K TV, 4K monitor, type shit. You know, And then, like, I'm still gonna have storage issues. Am I gonna go sink $500 and then get some storage, and
Can't you just
then
slap in
learn how
a
to?
hard drive in it? Not in it, but like plug in a hard drive.
Hmm?
Isn't that what you have? Can't you just do that?
Yeah, for PS4 games. So like anything that's
Can't
back,
you store PS5 games in it and then switch?
yeah, you can also do that.
See, I mean, which sounds like way more of a pain in the ass than just screwing something, plugging it in, screwing it into your PS4 or PS5, than
Right.
switching over from one hard drive to onto your personal PS5. But that's just me. That just sounds like a pain in the ass. I'd rather just
Yeah, I
plug
mean,
something in.
like as it stands, like I don't have this beta software, and I definitely don't have or beta firmware, and I definitely don't have uh Gen 4 NVMe with a heatsink just laying around, like so.
And if I did, it'd be on my PC.
Oh no, it'd be in my PlayStation, straight up. But I'd probably do what I did because like that was the thing. The hybrid drives for the PS4 were really expensive early on, but then like a year and a half later, they were to the point that they were affordable to the point that I bought two. I bought one for my MacBook and one for my PS4, and just and then like another year and a half later after that, I was able to buy that exact same drive, a 2 terabyte hybrid drive that I was able to put in my PS4 Pro, just so I didn't have to like, oh, like would I have to like no, I just put it in my PS4 Pro like out the box, and like it was by that point it was probably under $100 for 2 terabytes. So right now the prices are expensive, but I say in a year and a half this won't be as much of an issue.
As far as SSD goes, I don't know 100% know about that because SSDs have been expensive for a very long time.
Yeah, but think about the SSDs that like are the 2.5 the ones that are the size of like a typical laptop size hard drive.
Yeah, those
Those
are getting cheap, but NVMe's haven't dropped really in price at all.
Yeah, you could get like a Gen 1 NVMe or a Gen 2 even right now for a reasonable price. Gen 4 is just the newest one, and Gen 5 is about to happen. So, I mean, there's no like, in a year and a half, this will be cheap enough, and it's already easy enough to do that I'll just do it when it be. Like, it'll be like a Black Friday sale. I'll be like, oh shit, I can fucking get a 2 terabyte NVMe that'll work with my PS5 with the built-in heatsink for under $200, and I'll fucking do it. I'm not going to do it for $500 right now because I don't just have $500 to throw at 2 terabytes of space. But I mean, I have 2 terabytes of external space just for PS4 games, and my stuff on PS5, I don't have everything installed, but I have everything installed that I'm playing.
Yeah.
And I even have room for Apex to be a big-ass PS4 game. It's like one of the largest games installed on my system. It's like at least twice the size of Final Fantasy XIV, a game that I play on equal, like, amounts.
Why is it so? It's just the fucking immense amounts of updates that happen.
Well, I mean, it's like PS4 games and like by extension like Xbox One games, all this, because you can do the same thing on an Xbox One or a Series X. If you want to play Xbox One games, you can plug in a USB 3.0 external hard drive and play everything that is playable on the Xbox One like that. So, though, like, I will admit that Xbox has more convenience as far as having these, like, memory cards that plug and play, and it's super simple, but you still have your USB options. And then as far as...
I feel like you just downplayed the shit out of that.
No,
they simply have this thing that works incredibly simply and intuitively.
Yeah, I said it works really well, and it's super easy. But it's still a proprietary thing, and we see how proprietary storage, like this isn't a proprietary thing. It's not Sony making these the same way it's like Microsoft has a partnership with Seagate to make those memory cards, and they're going to stay as expensive as they are for way longer than the non-proprietary. You can just legitimately, in 2 years, when you can just go wherever the fuck and get a 2 terabyte Gen 4 NVMe for cheap. Like, by that point, it'll definitely be cheaper for more storage than the proprietary thing that has maintained price with the Xbox. Because it's like a proprietary thing. And I mean, that's the problem with Vita memory cards. They're still as expensive as they were. GameCube memory cards. Like, any memory cards of that era, because that wasn't just like a simple hard drive thing or a simple, like, that it was like a custom thing that these companies made to keep the prices up at the time, so you didn't just have third party. Like, nobody wanted to use Mad Catz controllers for a reason.
Yeah, I mean, you can those two.
That's all fair.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like, Xbox right now, this solution is simpler and it's better and it's quicker, but it's right now cheaper, even though it's probably comparable for the similar amount of space, like 1 terabyte versus 1 terabyte. I think you're paying within $50 of each other for them, so that's comparable in price to me as far as PC components go. So, yeah. I mean, that seems to be the big, like, I've seen a lot of people freak out about how hard it'll be to put a heat sink on a SSD, and I watched the, like, the most complicated way to do it, and I'm like, even this is easy.
Yeah.
Because it's only, like, one way to do it. And if you fuck it up, it's like idiot proof. So, like, if you fuck it up, like, that's on you.
A 1 terabyte of the Seagate storage is $219
for the Xbox.
For the Xbox.
And how much is 1 terabyte of a Gen 4 NVMe?
I think I saw it at $299 on. Oh, wow, that's not Gen 4.
Okay. Well, I mean,
1 terabyte. Oh, actually, it's cheaper. It's $159
for a Gen 4.
Gen 4,
and a heat sink's $20. So
there you go.
Right. Comparable in price for similar amounts of storage.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right now, and the PlayStation prices are just going to get cheaper over time.
Mm-hmm.
Simplicity, however.
I mean,
it's simple.
Right.
I don't know. I feel like this is the difference between, like, a casual person, like, getting some extended storage for their Xbox, like, boop, boop, and then somebody more, like, you have to be more into it to, like, go do this shit, to do the same exact thing for your PlayStation. I think that's more of my point. So that's kind of dismissive to, like, kids and, like, you know, people who don't have the means to go do that, like, simply.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you still have the option of having
steps.
You have the option of just using the internal storage. You have the USB option, which is the exact same as how it works on the Xbox. And I mean, most kids aren't going to get a $200 memory card for their system.
It might.
Mm. I mean, most kids who don't know how to take apart their PlayStation probably just have a Switch. I mean, I remember taking apart my PS2
and the Switch is
clean it. Like, it's not hard to unscrew some screws and plug something in.
Right.
I get whatever. I guess. Y'all got it.
All right. So, I mean, well, since we're talking about Xbox, Halo Infinite had a technical preview over the weekend, and it started off where you could party up with your friends and play against bots, and then they introduced, like, more difficult bots, and they had, like, a shooting range where you could, like, go for high scores and, like, compare scores with other people and stuff like that. And then the last day of the tech preview, they actually opened it up for real 4v4 Halo Infinite multiplayer across uh, Xbox One, Xbox Series S and X, and PC through both the Microsoft Store and Steam. So they just kind of had this game open and just ready for people to play. Like, and it's going to get more, like, as time goes on and they do more of these tests leading into November, it's going to just be, at some point, it's just going to be like, all you have to do is go to Steam and download it if you want to play it. Or all you have to do is go on the Xbox, like the Microsoft Store, and there's probably an ad on the home screen of your Xbox, like at front and center on your dashboard, like download Halo Infinite and play multiplayer now. Like,
Well, I can't wait to do that and play it on my laptop with my DualShock controller.
yeah. And I mean, that'll be an option. I'll probably be playing on my Xbox. I might bring my Xbox One S into the studio and hook it up to the monitor and play like that. Or I might play on my PC and just get a better cable to hook my Xbox controller up to my PC. Because the controller that I use right now is kind of shitty for that. The dead air.
It died.
Yeah. So, I mean, Halo Infinite, how are you guys? Did you guys get to watch any of the gameplay? Like, I watched a considerable amount of gameplay and streams and stuff. I didn't get a chance to play it because I didn't register to be an insider early enough on.
I saw a little bit of gameplay. I watched, like, I think the GameSpot video for it. It looked pretty dope. Like, a couple of the devs were just sitting back talking about some of the things they added and why they added it. This game looks dope. It seems like they're giving people what they wanted from Halo multiplayer wise.
Yeah.
It's got the refinements of like modern shooters with some of the like classic elements from Halo. So I don't know, it seems pretty solid. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, it definitely
Like,
seems like it's got its roots still dug into the ground pretty deep, but it's grown to become more of a modern, well thought out play like Halo multiplayer.
Yeah, it seems like they're going. It's going to be like a hybrid of Halo 3 and Halo 5's multiplayer. And that it seems to take the things that people actually liked out of Halo 5, but gets rid of the things that they didn't like and brings forward some of the things that people liked from Halo 3 and Reach, and like making those play well in the same sandbox.
Yeah.
yeah. So that's definitely dope. I did see somebody was like complaining about the fruit. They were shooting the fruit and
Right.
like the way the fruit acted. I'm like, yo, y'all are asinine.
Right. This is a technical
Who gives a
flight
fuck?
preview. Like, yes.
Like, why are you even over here checking the fucking fruit in the first place? Unless you're
Enjoy
going to
the
submit it to
fucking
like
game.
low poly video game food or some shit like that. If that's not the case, then I don't care.
Well, I mean, I remember in Call of Duty Black Ops, the original one, there was like a map where there was like a pool and there was some fruit on the table, like stacked up near the pool, and you could shoot the fruit from underneath and the fruit on top would fall. And I was just like, this is just unnecessary. This is just a really cool detail on like this one map.
Yeah, but that's a fucking super team just up here huge crafting it. I don't know. Because I'm saying that
Call
like
of Duty wasn't that crazy back then, right? The first Black Ops?
Yeah, Black Ops
Like-
1.
They hadn't hit they were good, but they weren't.
Yeah, they weren't like Modern Warfare 3 was when they started.
I thought
like
you said Black Ops 4.
no, Black Ops 1.
Maybe I just heard. I don't know. Maybe my mind just auto-filled Black Ops 4.
Because it was free on PlayStation Plus and everybody claimed it. But we're also not playing Activision games, so I couldn't even
Yeah, why would I
suggest
play
playing
that?
it. I mean, I've deleted Warzone, Black Ops Cold War. I'm not buying. Oh, dude, everything they're saying right now, even about the next Call of Duty, is like, yo, this isn't what the fuck I want. Talking about World War II, I don't want to play a World War II shooter. I know, like, everybody was tired of future and space and jump packs and all this shit, but fuck it. Like, Apex is in the future, and I fucks with it. So,
Yeah.
the last thing I want to play
Alright,
at
I don't
any
want to play
point
some
is a World
fucking
War
Great
II.
Depression, goddamn Apex.
Right,
That would be
even
fucking
Battlefield this year is future. So we have like the heavy hitters of Apex and Battlefield, and Call of Duty's going to go World War II on us. Like, I don't give a shit how realistic the fucking mud and trenches and barbed wire and blood look like.
Fuck them.
Yeah.
Why are we so obsessed with that shit? It's weird.
Well, World War II specifically is because that was the last war that wasn't just an inherent tragedy. Like, there's actual, like, objectable villains in World War II. Everything else is just like, you know, the horrors of war. It's terrible. At least with World War II, there's at least a little bit of a storyline where you could say, these are the good guys, these are the bad guys, even though you can't say that. Because there's no heroes in the war.
There's no heroes.
Just sinners in war.
There's no more heroes.
The good guys,
3.
quote unquote,
Yeah.
did do the same shit that the bad guys were doing.
Look, we're not
No
gonna
one
get
talks about
we're not gonna get into war crimes and like that whole discussion right now. This is still a video game podcast. Nobody wants to play World War II. We'll leave it at that. Again, like I played World War II like once, and I was like, I'm good. Like I didn't even enjoy that.
Medal of Honor was kind of a good game back in the day on PlayStation 2.
I never played Metal. Like my PS2 was strictly for JRPGs. The only games I owned on PS2 were Dirge of Cerberus, Final Fantasy VII.
There were also sports games.
I never not online.
Blizz slapped on that.
That was the golden era of sports games. Not to mention the EA Sports bigs. Like, come on, NBA Street Volume 2. Like, nigga, that is PS2 NBA Street Volume 2 are synonymous.
I didn't get a PS2 till later. I was a GameCube kid that generation. So, like, it was Sonic Riders, Pokemon Coliseum, like...
Yeah.
Heck, NBA Jams Volume 2 was on GameCube.
I never had it on GameCube, so...
NBA Street Volume 2? It was, but... Yeah, that was a good era, man.
That was just a good game.
Because it was on...
Right.
Because it was on Xbox.
Yeah, OG Xbox, GameCube, PS2, that generation was solid. It had a bunch of heat. But for me not getting a PS2, like, I didn't get an original Xbox until, like, way later. And then, so the only original Xbox games I have are Jet Set Radio Future, Halo 1, and Halo 2. And that's it. So, for me, PS2, like, the games that I've gone and gotten, it's been, like, Persona 3, Persona 4, Dirge of Cerberus, Final Fantasy X, Final Fantasy X-2, Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories.
Yikes.
Those are primo GTA years, too. San Andreas and Vice.
Yeah.
My first GTA was GTA 5 on the 360.
Oh, no.
Wait, because what? There's GTA 3,
3.
GTA
Vice
City,
and then
San
San Andreas.
Andreas.
Yeah.
Yep. Those were good.
Come on, those were great.
The PS2
Those
had
were
3 GTA games. GTA 5 has had 3 PlayStation consoles.
Yeah. Milk that money.
I mean,
shit, I guess.
that's...
If people were buying your shit still.
So Colin on Twitter earlier tweeted that GTA 5 sold more copies than there were SNES, NES, and Nintendo 64s overall, like combined, all 3 systems. So yeah, Grand Theft Auto 5 has sold more copies than there were NES, SNES, and Nintendo 64 consoles sold combined.
That's wild.
That is. You know what? That makes sense for the hype. Isn't it finally the highest grossing game ever made?
Yeah, it's the best-selling game. Or, actually, it might be like number 3 as far as best-selling. But...
You know, it's fucking wild that I don't own that game in any capacity.
Really?
I mean, you have access to it.
I think I got it. They gave it to you for free on... some app on this
Epic Game Store.
Yeah, Epic
Don't
gave
get
it to me for free, and then I got it for free, I think, on PlayStation, or I
No.
bought it on PlayStation.
So I bought it physically on 360, like back in the day, like pre PS4, and that was like one of the last games I played on 360. And then when PS4 came out, it was one of the early PS4 games I got, And so I played some of it there, and then I bought it digitally on PlayStation later on when I was trying to convert my library over, and it was like $5 for the game, and I was like, fuck it, I'll just buy a digital copy of GTA on PS4, and then I got it free on the Epic Games Store. But yeah, so I've technically bought it 3 times and have 4 copies.
I only technically bought it once, and by technically, it came with my PlayStation 4.
Oh yeah.
It was a bundle of that and The Last of Us.
Nice.
Solid 1-2 punch of the early PS4 days.
Didn't play either of them.
Yeah, I had a feeling. You just played 14. And that's like,
Yep.
you with your PS4 and 14 is me with my PS5 and 14.
So just
Actually,
for shits
even
and
that's not true,
giggles.
'cause that was me and my PS3 for 14, because I literally bought a PS3 to play 14.
I didn't buy a PS5 to play 14. I just happened to start playing 14 on my PS5 and haven't been able to stop.
Yeah.
Just for shits and giggles, I looked up the top selling games of all time. Grand Theft
Number
Auto
1
5 is 3.
Number 3. Number 2 is Minecraft, and
Yep.
number 1 is Tetris.
Yep.
Okay. I didn't know which was second. It was either GTA or Minecraft.
Yeah, I at least know the
Can't
top
sell
3
Tetris.
because
You
it's
can't do it.
and it's like one particular version of Tetris. It's just not even all of Tetris.
It's the EA version. According to
Which I don't think I've ever owned.
yeah.
So, but I own Minecraft a few different ways. Like, I have a fucking Japanese Vita copy of Minecraft. Because it just came free with a memory card that I bought. But yeah, so yeah, it's Tetris, the EA version of Tetris number 1, Minecraft number 2, GTA 5 number 3. So yeah, I mean, speaking of, we were talking about Call of Duty earlier. Blizzard's president has stepped down. J. Allen Brack is now no longer part of the company. And I think this is just the beginning of a long list of people that need to go and be held accountable for the bullshit that's happening. Like, they need to have like a cleanse at that company and bring in new people with like forward-thinking ideas. So like, it's the first name that needs to be. There's at least 3 other people that have been involved directly with this lawsuit going on and the harassment going on that just need to go. So
yeah. I did also see that a lot of the employees are concerned, like Blizzard's employees specifically are concerned about the president stepping down, because it kind of gives more power to
Bobby
like,
Kotick.
Activision.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gives more power to that president, and they're saying like he's going to blur the lines even more.
Yeah,
and that's just
and so like even the couple of Blizzard games that are coming up that I was even looking forward to, I've lost all hope for, because even if Bobby Kotick leaves, like, I don't see anybody who could come in and become the president of Blizzard and somehow get Overwatch 2 and Diablo 4 to come out in even like a decent state, especially with like, so yeah, I think this really could be like close to the end for Activision Blizzard, because like T-Mobile pulled out as a sponsor for the Call of Duty League and the Overwatch League over this. Like, they're really getting hit. And I mean, as far as people not engaging with their games, they're seeing like, normally it's like, yeah, you can boycott, but what change are you actually going to make? Like, no, people boycotting this stuff is getting like T-Mobile, one of the biggest sponsors of like both of your biggest esports divisions,
right,
just deciding to be like, actually, we're not going to.
It's got a lot of bad press. Here's the thing about when people tell you that you should, like, well, what difference is like boycotting and protesting going to make? They're actively trying to stop you from doing things that work. Like, boycotting is literally voting with your fucking wallet. And if anything talks, it's money. Like
Right.
money is the global language. Like look at T-Mobile, they're like, okay, that's just gonna fuck with our money. It's gonna fuck with our brand.
Right.
Let's
Like
pull out.
so what they did is, because we used to
And
watch
that
the
started by
Overwatch
people
League.
like us not streaming, not playing those games.
Right.
You know?
I legitimately deleted everything, every Activision game that I own. I deleted off of my console except for Sekiro because they're not going to get any more money out of me for Sekiro, and like Sekiro is kind of its own thing.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I'm not
Just
like,
published it.
yeah, they just publish it. It's like a FromSoft, but like I don't have Call of Duty installed anywhere. I don't have Overwatch installed anywhere. I don't have Hearthstone installed anywhere. I don't have any Activision Blizzard game installed anywhere. And so,
Right, because there's an equal or greater game that you can play. Like look at WoW. Like people had been pulling out a WoW for months, for years,
right,
just like slowly but surely. And like here we go, critically acclaimed JRPG MMO, Final Fantasy 14, free trial up until Heavensward. Like come on,
right.
come
Yeah,
on, you
finally,
got options.
you
Not
have
like
options
I can't
as
even recommend a game like that for y'all at this point because you're causing server issues. I can't log in to see my girl. Like what the fuck?
Then I'm sure they're working on it.
yeah. Yoshi P put out a letter where he's like, "I take full responsibility." Like he was
I'm
really
sorry, my
like
game is
being
too
humble.
good. I'm sorry.
Well, no, he was being
Damn,
really.
I know.
I'm sorry. This dick is too good. I'm sorry. I ruined your life. Excuse me.
Let your
I have to give
convulsing.
you 3 up to Heaven's Word, give you 2 full ass games worth of good loving, but I did it for you.
Right, and so like Yoshi P's out here, he's like, "Look, it's going to get better. Like, I'm sorry. Like we're working on it, and I mean, at the end of the day, Endwalker when it drops is going to be a shit show anyway. So
Yeah.
it's still a better game than
I will
WoW.
say this: a Final Fantasy launch has never been as bad as a WoW launch. I'll say that, right? I can say that.
This might be the one though, Jalen. If you think about just what's the amount of players WoW is hemorrhaging.
I don't think you realize how bad WoW launches are. Like, no, they make
it's
Apex
bad
servers
from just-
stable.
If I remember from when
Are the
Shadowbringers
servers
got
shit,
launched,
or is it just that big? Like, which one is it?
it's
Shit.
oh,
Okay,
I-
that's what I was thinking. It was more so just shit.
Well, it's also sometimes the things they do with it. Because I remember, like, with Mr. Pandaria, the opening area had everyone in MIDI servers for the story-based intro, which just... Look, let's put it this way. When Shadowbringers came out, people were able to play that game within the first week of its being released. Most
Yep.
WoW expansions, you can't play for the first week.
I
Almost
mean,
at all.
you just had to wait a really long time to log in.
I mean, I'll see what it's
everybody was
like
on.
because I haven't been there for a launch of an expansion. I haven't been through that with 14 yet. So, and I mean, we'll see. Endwalker, like it's breaking peak concurrent player like stats on 14 itself. So
Queues are going to be fucking ridiculous. I remember 30-minute queues when Shadowbringers dropped.
I'm fine with that, bro. I'm down to just vibe in Final Fantasy with the boys. I'm ready to.
Well, we won't be in Final Fantasy. That's queues to start playing the game. You know when you like select your character to go into your world, and then you're like, you got like 3 people ahead of you. There was like a time where it was like, you have 700 people in queue ahead of you, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna go make dinner. But I mean, as far as that's about it, and that really only lasted a week of people just flooding the gates of the servers, and then after that, casuals were kind of left, and the people who really liked it were in.
All right, so I got 2 more stories that I want to talk about before we wrap for the night. We've been going about an hour. Still got to do this intro. Just dropped the top of my pen on the floor like a dumbass. But yeah, so one of the things I want to talk about is Ariana Grande seems like she's going to do the next big Fortnite concert. And so I'm going to go and see what that's hitting on, especially since the Travis Scott one was so good. Like, I'm not a big Ariana Grande fan, but, you know, I'm here for, like, the
Ariana
spectacle
Grande
of, like, the biggest Fortnite concert yet. Yeah, she just is. Straight up. Diamond and Pearl remakes were confirmed by her wedding ring? What? Like, what?
What?
Yeah.
Wait, say that
Yeah.
again?
She's in Final Fantasy Brave Exvius.
Yeah. So
she's canon to Final Fantasy character.
you know how we're getting the Diamond and Pearl remakes later this year, right? The first thing that hinted at that was her engagement ring was a diamond and a pearl. Ariana Grande is just like, she's inexplicably cool. You know? She has like a certain it factor. It's like Travis Scott. He has like the it factor. And so does Ariana Grande. Also Marshmello. Like, as like finding out, listening to some Marshmello like gives me like early Skrillex vibes. Listen to the song Marshmello did with The Day to Remember, and like that song, it's so good. It's so fucking good.
I haven't had anybody tell me to listen to Day to Remember since probably pre-2011.
They still sound exactly the
told me to
same.
listen to Marshmello ever, so there's that.
A Day to Remember sounds exactly the same, and like it's what you would want from A Day to Remember.
They're like 40 years old at this point.
They were 40 fucking years old before. These dudes, like, A Day to Remember were like the old guys.
What are these like pop punk motherfuckers drinking the blood of teenage girls just to stay young
Look,
and
I'm
complain
saying
about
all
high school
needs
years?
to go into power metal. I'm saying once you become old, certain genres just need to just convert into power metal. Just turn to power metal.
I don't think I want it. I want A Day to Remember to be this vanilla bone stock pop punk that they have been. Like, if you can 10 years later sound exactly the way you sounded on your best album,
Yes, kudos to you.
Maybe they're, eating their fruits and vegetables and drinking water. Being
Still talking about
unproblematic.
high school?
no, they're like, they're just talking about like,
I just don't know what you whine about anymore at the age of 40 something.
just go listen to the song, Chris.
I am.
It's a good song. I don't know what it. I'm not following A Day to Remember anymore. I just know that the song that Marshmello and A Day to Remember did together was really good, and I've played it a few times. And Apple Music and its algorithm has just played more Marshmello after that. I'm like, these aren't terrible songs.
Is it like dubstep?
Kinda. It's like your
Marshmello is 2015, 2016 style EDM.
Right,
Oh,
yeah. Like,
okay.
it's solid that. So, if you liked that in any capacity, you can fuck with Marshmello a little bit.
Yeah.
And I got way more into Travis Scott because of the Travis Scott concert in Fortnite. And, like, I'm looking forward to getting further into Ariana Grande because Diamond and Pearl remakes were confirmed by her fucking ring. And she has a pet pig.
Is his name Peppa?
I don't think so. I could probably find out what her pig's name is, but I really...
It's not important.
Maybe by this time next week, I'll just know, Maybe that'll be the
That would be
cultural
alarming.
impact.
Start having
That's a little
Ariana Grande posters right behind you.
No. I don't have Travis Scott or Marshmello posters behind me. If not, Ariana Grande isn't going to be the one. Like...
But they're not waifus.
Right, Ariana Grande is, like, getting closer and closer to that level. I still feel like she's really young, so, like, there's not, like, that attraction factor.
I feel like y'all are the same age.
Yeah,
I swear
probably.
she's
Like
not
she
young.
really might be my age because she was dating
just
Mac
has that
Miller,
persona.
and Mac Miller was my age.
Anton, she's older than you.
You know, but I
She's
still
like
see
31,
her through
right?
this young light. So,
Nah, she was born in '93.
so she's
Oh.
just a year older than me.
Yeah. Shit.
You know,
She's a year younger than me. Wow.
Yeah, that's what I was like, huh?
right. it puts shit
something every
into
day.
perspective. You know. Cheesy Controller Podcast, your number one source for Ariana Grande age information. Not the Google
That's
search we
weird.
just did to get that information, but close enough.
We Googled it, so you don't have to.
Yep, saved
I don't
you
know if I
a
want to be
Google
known.
search.
I don't want to be known for that. You know?
I mean, we're
I don't
known
want
for
that
our
to be-
near content, and we're known for like our multiplayer takes. And speaking of multiplayer, Ghost of Tsushima Legends is getting a standalone version, as well as more additional free content coming to the multiplayer experience for all players, leading into the
Dueling
director's
mode.
cut.
Hey, fine. What I've been asking the entire time, a dueling mode. I'm ready to go.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
so we
I've
can
been
fight each
PvP
other?
hoping they would
duels.
give us some more multiplayer updates, and they fucking answered the call because Ghost of Tsushima's Legends is the game that I knew that I wanted, but I didn't know that I was going to get, and they gave it to me. You know? I'd
Talk to
been
me about
needing
this
it.
dueling mode. Is it a fighting game?
Oh,
Just
so you remember how
1v1s.
those one-on-one duels were so much fun?
Yeah,
Imagine
I-
doing
I
that
fucking
against
whooped ass.
Jalen.
yeah. Let's go. I whoop everybody's ass.
Yo, we're having a
That's
tournament.
what you say now. That's what you say this minute.
I'm not gonna like.
Not being out.
I remember one of the reasons I put down that game was the first couple of duels I did terribly, and so I was like, yeah.
You get better.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to play the director's cut. Like, the same way Final Fantasy VII Remake came to PS5, and I, like, put a significant chunk of time into it, to the point that I could put one more significant chunk of time and beat it. I'll play a lot more Ghost of Tsushima, but Ghost of Tsushima is a lot more popcorny. Like, it's third-person, action-adventure, like, open-world game. And I can do those a lot better than I can do single-player JRPG, narrative-heavy.
Did you make it to the Shinra building yet, though?
No, not yet.
What?
In Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Oh, I thought it was.
Cause that's when shit really starts like popping off.
No, they just dropped the plate.
Oof, yeah.
Yeah, we went back. We got Marlene. I fought like the first set of ghosts. I've been fighting ghosts pretty consistently for a while. I was fighting.
Yeah. Did you get the staff that's over there?
Probably not. I'm not playing with a guide. I'm
The-
just kind of like, I'm not going for completion. Like, I'm just kind of.
Oh no, because the only thing about picking up new weapons, that's how you learn skills. So some like that skill you get from that staff, I think it's just like a pure ray of light. That shit does crazy fucking damage for Aerith.
Okay.
I'm just saying, it makes.
I
it
mean, I'm
easier.
past that, so.
It's the train yard.
Yeah, like, I'm definitely.
Oh, okay. Well,
I-
I don't know what to tell you.
yeah.
Yeah, I think you could buy it later. You'll be alright.
Yeah.
No, will you be able to scrounge up enough gil? I don't know.
All right. So, yeah. This Ghost of Tsushima Legends standalone. Excuse me. None of y'all said bless you? All right. Fuck y'all too then. Ghost
I didn't know what you did.
Oh, did Discord filter it out?
Yeah.
Yeah, you kinda just
Yeah, Discord has really been just like. Discord
said we don't need all that.
Right, we don't need you sneezing. Fuck that. You're not talking. But I'm sure Audacity definitely got like how mighty that sneeze was. But with Ghosts, they're adding a lock on, which was one of my big problems with the game, and it's going to be running like it already got enhancements for PS5, and it's getting even more enhancements, like including like DualSense stuff. So I'm really looking forward to it. And I mean,
Yeah, I've been praying for that lock on too.
I played a lot of Legends just over the course of, because that was kind of like multiplayer as far as that style of combat is a lot better for me. Like they just copied Destiny to make the multiplayer. So I played a lot of the multiplayer. And I'm down to play even more. So by the time I actually am doing the single player stuff, I'll just be, I'll be used to the mechanics. Like I already know water styles like broken because I got a sword in multiplayer that uses water stance, and it's great.
Well, I will say
Water style is
stance
broken.
is mostly broken in PvE because enemies can't switch stances.
Yeah.
Right.
In an actual duel, that's going to change completely.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm not.
Yeah, being multiplayer is and being single player is contingent on you like just swapping in and out. It's like, all right, Spearman, time to switch to
Air.
yeah.
Start throwing legs, man. I'm going to kick you. I don't care how.
Oh, there's a fat guy. Boom, Moon. You know.
Moon. I use Moon a lot.
Yeah.
That
I haven't
just
unlocked it yet.
Big dudes.
Moon's good. Moon's good on the big one.
Yeah. I mean, and at the end of the game, they're just like throwing all these like brutes at you, and you're just like, I'm just gonna stay here and switch to air because everybody has the staffs now. I love that game.
Yeah, I'm excited to play more of it, like multiplayer. I don't know. I was thinking about the director's cut. I might as well get it since I'm not finished yet. And
Well, I mean, I paid for my pre-order for the PS4 upgrade to the director's cut. Because that was like my way to pre-order it, and then when it comes out, it'll just be $10 for the PS5 upgrade. So I already dropped the 20 on like the DLC and all the new content and stuff.
Right.
So that was my way of like securing it, locking it down. Like I've already bought and paid for Endwalker, the collector's edition, like the digital collector's edition. Already bought and paid for the PS5 version of Hades, which is coming out kind of soon. Like it's creeping up on me, and I don't know. Like I need to beat Final Fantasy 14 so I can go play some Hades and Final Fantasy 7.
You're almost done.
I'm getting there.
oh yeah.
All right. Does anybody have anything interesting they played this week? Anything? I kind of talked about the things that I did this week. Apex and Final Fantasy and what else have I done this week as far as game playing? It really might have just been Apex and Final Fantasy all week.
That was it for me. I played a little more Knockout City.
Yeah, I haven't played since Season 2 dropped. How are you feeling about it?
Yeah, no, it's cool. It's pretty much at the point like when I play with Jawan and Radic, we just get matched up with like super sweaties.
Yeah, because both of them. Jawan's... That's the thing, playing even Apex with Jawan. The grind god has been unleashed into the multiplayer realm, and so...
I don't mind Apex sweaties.
Yeah,
like Knockout City sweaties are different, like because they're not missing their catches. Their team shouting you. You're getting hit with 2 or 3 balls at once. So even if you do catch, you also about to get creamed. You don't want that. You don't want that.
I mean, yeah. I haven't been back recently, but it's because I'm super busy, and I got a couple more games on my backlog, like, complete list before Endwalker drops, so...
Yeah. That's really all I've been on. I haven't played much Yakuza yet. Have I talked about Yakuza on here?
A little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit?
Yeah.
Yakuza is Kingdom Hearts for adults. to an extent.
Are you sure it's not just Persona for like the non-weeb?
Okay, so here's how I liken it to Persona. For me, I really fucked with Persona 5 because it resonated with who Madrid was, like how he grew up as a, like I wanted to be that anime protagonist with superpowers, going to like Japanese high school with the uniform and shit. So with that game, I was able to live that life. And Yakuza is more like the life that I'm given. I'm oppressed by capitalism. Things around me are bad. People I know are sick. People die. Sometimes you have to pick up cum rags. You don't know. Yeah, Yakuza's fucking wild.
Life comes at you fast.
Life comes at you fast. So I think that's just really cool. Like I would sit down and just watch the game play out, and now I'm kind of into it. Like I'm actually into the game playing. I just got the bat, and you see where like
the Dragon Quest really starts coming in, and the
yeah,
Pokemon.
You see Ichiban's mind start to fucking warp to deal with his situations, because that's what it is. This shit is a coping mechanism for him.
Yeah,
like
he went through
his coping
so
mechanism.
much.
It's a gameplay mechanic. It's like, all right, I'm living in a fantasy realm.
He's homeless.
This is how I have to fight,
and so that's how you facilitate like a lot of the mini game stuff. It's because you're homeless and you got to do homeless like.
You
check
have to
under vending machines. Yeah,
check under vending machines to like pilfer extra loot so you can have more money because you need the money. Like it's that game's fun. I highly recommend it. I think everyone should check it out. I now immediately understand what all the hype was about last year. And right now it is currently on my short list for games of the year. Because I haven't played shit else.
Oh, it technically did come out on... Well, it came out on PS5 this year. So, it's eligible, I'd say. I mean, we make the rules, so we could just say it's eligible regardless. I think mine's going to be Endwalker, but...
Oh, yeah, that's up there, too.
Resident Evil 8 was good. I technically... Platinum and played Ghost of Tsushima starting this year.
Yeah, but the director's cut comes out this year, so technically,
I'm gonna beat it again before this year's over.
Yeah,
I'm not. There's no way I could do that. That game's
nah.
It'll probably let you bring your save over, so all the trophies you popped, you get the platinum again, and you just need to do the Island of Iki content, because that's how it works with like Final Fantasy. Tony Hawk Pro Skater. I know about that. I haven't played that game. It was on my wish list, but I deleted it because fuck Blizzard.
Oh yeah, Near Replicate was this year. I haven't been. I should probably get around to playing that.
Nah, it's like that? Fire Punch. Like I'm already physically depressed.
No, Fire Punch is significantly more miserable from the start. I'm gonna.
You're being this.
I don't need additional depression. All right, that's all I'm saying. I play games for escapism. I play games to feel triumphant. I don't need to feel. I'm not trying to have any games depress me. Like, I'm not even focusing that hard on the Nier story raid. Even though I know we were betrayed. But I don't think it was, like, top 10 anime betrayals. But...
No. It wasn't. So, trugging along... I've been trugging along with Alpha Sapphire. I feel like the story in the remake is kind of... I think they tried too hard with the story. Whereas, like, remembering back in the day of, like, Sapphire and Ruby, like, Team Magma and Team Aqua were actually kind of cool back then. That I felt like I was a part of this team, helping this other team, trying not to rid the world of the ocean or trying not to drown the world. And I was like, fuck yeah, let's do it. and this one they're kind of just way too corny. Maybe I'm just way older.
In the original.
They weren't as bad. Like they're really bad in this one.
I find them more fun in this one. I find them fun corny in this one, while in the original they were just corny.
I mean, there are some ones that like. There's one grunt that's like you fight a lot, and he's like, "Ah, fuck it, I lost. That was a good fight, though." And you're like, "Cool, all right, I'm gonna go."
They're like, damn, bro, you got the chops. I'm about to retire. Whew. I got my ass kicked by an 8-year-old.
Right. But I think I want to. I watched a lot of Nuzlocke on YouTube, and I think I'm going. Once I beat this one, I want to redo Gen 2 original and do a Nuzlocke on that one.
Ooh, you gotta stream it. If you're gonna do a Nuzlocke, you gotta stream it.
I probably do.
Either stream it or just record it.
Both are really hard off a 3DS.
Well, yeah, you gotta like get a modded 3DS. I could just emulate it. I have.
Yeah, I was gonna say you have the game. You could hold the game up while you're streaming. Just like, yep,
I own this.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
flip it to the camera.
That's fine. Or just have like a whole nother like secondary webcam just pointed at the physical copy of the game.
Yeah.
Or
No, you gotta
take-
pull
Look at me, it just
Takamaru.
looks-
yeah, you gotta.
Just get it on a chain and just like have it just
Ooh.
right there present.
I did when I saw that for the first time. I was like, "Ooh, I'd get silver as a necklace."
Right.
Yeah.
Shouts out to Takamaru.
He's had that same yellow cartridge around his neck since high school. So
Way to stay true. But yeah,
that's all. Like, it's a great idea, but I can't copy it because I've been watching him do it for almost 10 years now.
But yeah, that's about it in gaming. I haven't played anything on PC or my PlayStation.
All right, Jalen,
No, I mostly just played Apex.
just Apex. Yeah, you have been back on PSN. That was something I wanted to mention. Just having you return to the fray has been like a refreshing change.
Shit, before you popped in the other day, I was like flipping through my like one of my groups and it was like Squid Bishop. Last online a month ago. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, I feel like that.
And now you're back.
It do be like that.
Now I'm back. Fresh Apex season. Let's go.
Okay. Well, does anybody have a one more thing? I feel like we kind of covered, some of the broad strokes of the news. Remember, you guys, just like, you can keep the conversation going in the Discord. We've kind of talked about all these things and more. It's dank memes. It's shit post galore. It's,
General game news information, if
Yeah.
you're into that.
You can talk about your life, your feelings.
Right, yeah, we have daily life. Like, if you're going through, like,
Serious
something
time.
troubling in your life, you can always hit us up. Find some
If you
people
just-
to help you out.
If you just want to vent, if you want to talk shit, also, we could drop some memes in there. We can get to roasting on Guile's hair in Fortnite because it looks like shit.
I didn't even see the picture until after I saw everybody roasting that shit. Like, it was the next day that I actually
You
saw
didn't
the
even
picture.
notice Cammy anymore after that, right? You just immediately zoomed in on fucking the
Whoa.
regular blonde guy from Fortnite, just with
Jonesy?
the wig.
Jonesy,
Jonesy with the
a.k.a.
fucking
Troy
broom on his
Baker.
head. Is that how Troy Baker looks?
No, he's voiced by Troy Baker.
Oh. If you told me that's how he looked, I'd believe you. Also.
No, Troy Baker looks like Joel from The Last of Us, kinda, but younger. Just look up Troy Baker. He
One of the voices that's been in everything.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
Part of the Trinity. Him.
He probably looks like he eats
and
at
Matt
Krog
Damon.
Street.
Yeah, I'm sure Nolan North, Troy Baker, and Ashley Johnson is like the Holy Trinity
Yep.
Yeah.
of video game voice actors. But yeah, if nobody else has one more thing, you can follow us all collectively around the internet, cheesycontrollerpodcast.com. Follow me on Twitter and Twitch at Anton6 with 3 X's. Chris.
You can follow me at Chef and Chris.
Jalen. Madrid.
Speedwagonettes.
Alright, this has been a Know It's Good production. The audio version of this will be edited by Akumasanti. The video version will be edited by Lana Twisted Mind. Until next time, keep it cheesy.